6:47 Monday morning, a really nice start to our Monday here, our work week here. Just beautiful sky. Whole different story as we track the tropics this morning and looking at Hurricane Iota.
Yeah, and I tell you, it's one of those life-changing hurricanes for those that are going to be hit by it, where you come out and your neighborhood and your community and your city looks entirely different than it looked the day before. So that's what's going to be happening here in Nicaragua and Honduras. Yep. They were just hit by a Category 4 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and that's the second storm within 2 weeks. We had Hurricane Iota make landfall on November 3rd. Today's November 16th, which means we're less than 2 weeks removed from a Category 4 making landfall in Nicaragua. But this could very well become a Category 5 before making landfall.
Right. I mean, it's 1 mile difference, 1 mile per hour difference. It's at 155 now. If it gets to 156, it's a Category 5. So essentially, it's the same thing, and it is a perfectly organized storm. It's very symmetrical, clear eye, clear banding. The potential is there that this thing could get stronger.
Yeah, and the hurricane hunters are actually investigating this storm right now, and they are finding a stronger storm. So we'll get there in just 1 second. So the hurricane hunters just a little while ago made its way into the center of the storm. So what we look for are decreasing pressures and increasing winds. Those two are related. They found a pressure of 917, but when they went to the southern eye wall, they found 161 mile per hour winds. Now that's not confirmed from the National Hurricane Center, but that indicates that this still could be strengthening.
Right, and then you mentioned the pressure. Dropping pressure means a strengthening storm, and the pressure dropped 20 millibars last night.
Yep.
We went from a Category 2 to a Category 4, just boom, overnight.
Yep, and the wording from the National Hurricane Center, explosive.
Yep.
You don't hear them use that phrase very often. That just goes to show how quickly this is strengthened. And the fact that we're talking about a storm on the cusp of becoming a Category 5 on November 16th is remarkable in its own right.
Right. If it does become a Category 5, this would be the strongest storm ever recorded in November. All right, let's take a look at the forecast path of Iota. It is expected to make landfall sometime probably late tonight, I should say, or early tomorrow, right at Nicaragua, Honduras, and these are places that were hit hard by Iota, as we just talked about. It will rapidly diminish in intensity. It will become a tropical storm, but a huge rainmaker over the mountains, and that poses its own problems with flash flooding and mudslides. It could drop upwards of 30 inches of rain. This is an enormous and enormously dangerous storm. Tropical development in the wake of Iota. Once Iota is in the Pacific, the potential is there that another system may be developing, because this hurricane season just doesn't want to seem to end. 30% chance that something in this area could become a tropical depression or tropical storm in the next 5 days. More likely a tropical depression. It will stay down here in the southern part of the Caribbean. It will not be a threat to you, and likely won't be a threat to these folks that have just been hit by 2 major hurricanes. Pensacola International Airport, beautiful.